You have concerns and wonders about paths that are opening up. You are connected and have a concern for many that have interacted with you and that you love. Simply put, you love, you care. You want to bring healing. You want to bring healing. And it is hard to accept when there are those who are not in a place of healing. Yes, you will lash out. You know that. She's going to experience more pain. And she is going to lash out from that pain. And you know that. But the nature of divinity is always fairness. Divinity is both fairness and justice and love and power and truth. It is all these things. It cannot be separate. It is difficult in this place of separation where the elements of divinity have been pulled out, separated and twisted, so that you do not truly understand the complexity of the whole anymore. But you are of divine nature, so therefore you will always try to bring the balance of the completeness of divinity. So therefore there is a difficult in that plane. Yes. There is a difficulty that exists in trying to express the divinity of love in its fullest and truest form. You cannot have love, power, justice. You cannot have them separate. They are all one. So, but it is difficult there. It does not easily just happen. So there is how can I show love at the same time as having the justice and truth be present? Because you cannot really separate them. And so in order to be her power is twisted. Her understanding and use of power is twisted. The twisting of the power is what is twisting the love. The twisting of the power is what is twisting justice. It is in the power. It is that she feels powerless. And so she must assert her hunger is strongest with power. It is in power that she feels the most hunger and the most desperate and the most need to do whatever she needs to do to get it filled. So therefore she is willing to sacrifice love and compassion, kindness, even justice and fairness, things that she believes that she is and more important to her. But the hunger, the emptiness that she feels in the nature of power, that element of power, is driving this. The more she feels that she is powerless, the more she will assert it in abusive ways. And you know this. You see it now clearly. You've made excuses and tried to look at other possibilities. But that is what it is. And you want her to be safe, and you want her to be happy, and you want her to be healed. You have done what you can. You cannot assist her anymore. And that makes you sad. And but what if? There are no more what ifs. There are no more what ifs. This is not. You are also trying to help. Alana hatai hena heta na haini. Oyata mohakate e. Alana hete na mo ostana heke na. Akate na na te elana e mostana heke na te. Ana hamoata. Halata te me hena na 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 heta na e. Alana heta na he na heti te tena he. O hena heke te emina hata na he. We are now coming into you are enter. It is not words. We think. Omona etene elena ostana ha ekana notana ha emoilane este ene eke ena hata anahe. Aina hona emoene helana ete ene etananaka ete ene. Netana ete heditene. Etene helana lakatena iguina hiti. Emwahena he na akaile. Oina hetana eme na hele ene hetana okana ite tana mane. Atana he adamakana hatata. Ehana. Wadana he etamwaestana he. There is much going on. It is now time to release. It is now time to release the old. It is now time to release that which did not work. Emohateke enehatana hetinete. Anahatanane. This is the time. You're going to have to trust. And that is hard. Because in your experience in this life, in many lives, when you have trusted, you have often found yourself experiencing aloneness. And in that aloneness, you would call out. You would call out and you asked to be heard. You asked to be loved. You asked to be saved. And you were always heard. I have always answered you. I have always come forth and answered you. And you know that. You have always heard my voice in the deepest and darkest hours. But there were always those deepest and darkest hours. Now is the time of releasing. It will be much easier for you to just allow the releasing. It is not going to continue this way. Those things that have been false foundations. It is now. You're now at the place where the false foundations are to crumble. You will not really fall. Though it will feel as though you are falling. It will feel as though there is nothing below you to catch you. And that the rubble is crashing all around you. And it will feel at times as though you cannot see through the dust of the rubble and the crashing. Just stand. Just stand. We are already hearing you before you have even called out. The foundations have already begun to show cracks. They were not real ever. We're going to let them completely come down around you. And you will see once they are all down, once they are all gone. You will finally see the sky above you. You will finally see the earth below you. And you will welcome the life when it shows itself. And you will see the divinity and all around you. You have been living in concrete boxes that have shielded you from all. In its artificial light you have seen so little. It has not been beneficial for you, but you have not even known. Because the foundations were deep, and it was all you've ever seen or known. We are sorry, dear ones. We are sorry that this is the path that is before you. We are not sorry that what is going to happen. We are sorry that we have allowed it to exist for so long. That you have not been learned how to stand without it. It is always you've learned to rely on it, and it is all you've built upon. Too many cultures have done the same. They have slowly built on false foundations. With time and effort, they slowly realize some of the falsity. But to release it all, is too scary, is too terrifying. It is to release all that you know. But there is nothing to save. There is nothing to save. It must all come down. It must all go away. And just let it release. And there is going to experience a chaos internally. For you have never been stable and stood in your own divinity before. It has been so long since you have stood in your divinity. You do not know what it feels like. And the fear you will experience will be the fear of the unknown. It is not truly unknown. It has just been so long ago you have forgotten. We know you are afraid and uncertain. And you have heard our we have brought you the beauty, and that sounds wonderful, and you want to believe. But part of it seems like a A fairy tale. A fairy tale only to believe by small children and dreamers. Only to be experienced in the twilight of your dreams. But upon waking, everything turns gray again. This is what has been happening. This has been your reality. For lifetime after lifetime. For eons after eons. To the point that humans have forgotten. Not just humans. Many cultures have forgotten. Many cultures have forgotten the true beauty and strength of their divinity. They hold on to technologies and society structures and religions and dogmas. None of that is true. None of it is real. It is time for them to be allowed to fall. Do not be fearful. Do not be fearful. It will feel very unsettling. And there will be many that will be panicking and crying. We need to rebuild, we need to rebuild, we need to rebuild. No. Allow the dust to completely settle. Keep calling out to us. We will hear. We will hear. We will act. You're not used to the way we answer. So you may not even realize it at first. It may be a simple little point. A point when you close your eyes at night. A little distant light. And with time it may grow larger and larger. Until your dreams become filled with the vision of your true selves. And the true nature of all. And then that dream will start to come into your day. You may resist it because it is not what you've been told is safe. But your divinity will call out to you, saying, build this way. When that which is created is of love, and justice, and beauty, and strength, you will know that is your divinity. It must all fall. It must all go. Release it, little ones. Release it. It is going to go. There is no way to hold on. Don't hold on to the jagged rubble that never supported you and only confined you. Know where you're safe. You're safe. Notice this. Notice this. As the rubble falls down and the foundations are shaken. Notice that though the rubble is flying and falling, and there are sounds, and there is shaking, notice that you are still standing. You are still there. Somehow, even though there is dust everywhere in the air, it is all missing you. It is all the rubble is missing you. It's disappearing and missing you. You see it's coming near to me. It's glancing by. You may flinch. You may cover over your head. But notice. Notice as the rubble falls, that no harm is done to you. Unless, of course, you decide to grab a hold of a big piece of rubble and hold on to it for dear life. Because that rubble is going away. So do not do that. Just allow it to fall. Just stay there. Be silent. Allow it to fall away. Stand in your divinity. And there will be light. The dust will settle and there will be light. And the thing is, as the dust settles, you will not find yourself in a desolate landscape. That is not where you're going to find yourself. When all the dust settles and you're able to see clearly, the sky will be big and bright above you. The ground will be soft and green and welcoming below you. You will not be hot, you will not be cold. You'll be at peace, and there will be wonders that have always been there, but you never saw them. And just be there. And allow yourself to be there and to rest. To rest and to acclimate. Rest and acclimate. Know this is before you, though this is what's going to happen. This is how you're going to experience it. We'll try to bring down the false foundations. And you will resist them. You'll say, we need these things. We need these things. They're going. They're not going to stay. They're all going away. Know that you're okay. Know that you're loved. And know there is light. And there's strength. And there is love. And then you will remember. And then you will remember. And you will wonder, why did I ever forget? Why did I ever forget? And then you'll say, oh well, this is where I am now. And this is where I am now. And so then you'll shine forth. Do not be afraid of the rumblings. Do not be afraid of the dust, of the debris. Just smile and breathe and watch it fall away. You are safe. You are loved. You are light.